right, listeners, and you just heard what was it called? Wicked Lesser with the track "Woman." You're gonna pay for this. I think it's one of the early projects of Gene Simmons when he's doing Kiss. It was one of the earlier projects. It was a short-lived project, but I thought it was a good track. I kind of really do like that 70s style rock music. It's not really a genre that I listen to every day, but it is very somewhat nostalgic for me. I did grow up listening to a lot of Kiss because my older brother, huge Kiss fan, and I think I have one of their records on my collection. It's one of the early records. It's in a simple. It's in a really stripped back sleeve. Maybe I should probably pull it out one of these days. Nah, I don't know if I wanted to frame it. I feel a bit weird if I frame a record. But yeah. Anyways, good afternoon, listeners. Coffee noise. I'm your host, DJ Marlin. If you can't believe it, it is Wednesday. Once again, how are we doing out there, listeners? Today it is. What day is today? It is actually the 5th of November, 2025. I was about to say 24. It's 25. Yesterday was election day, so for those who voted, thank you for participating in your civic duty. I went out to vote. Hopefully, all y'all did. In case you didn't, just do it next time. It's good. It's good for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Be heard. Anyways, listener, what are we going to talk about today? First thing, white boys around the world rejoice. There's going to be a new Death Grips album being made. So that's some good news for me. I'm a big fan of Death Grips. I don't think Andy is going to be a part of the project anymore, which is kind of a bit sad, but, you know, I guess. I mean, it is long. I mean, they've been together for, what? Well over a decade, maybe a decade and a half, if you want to consider like the earlier outputs. I only have one album on vinyl, that is The Money Store. I do want to get Year of the Snitch on vinyl. Actually, maybe all the albums, but I definitely do want to get that. I also do want to get the limited edition rare cassettes. That would be what's it called? A dream to have in my collection. Will I be able to get those? It's kind of hard. They are kind of rare, and if you do find them, they're pretty expensive. Very much expensive, actually, now thinking about it. But is it worth it, listeners? Is it worth it for me spending that much to have some musical history? My girlfriend will probably say, no, you shouldn't do that. It's a horrible idea. But then I should do it. But then again, my bank account, one looking at it, doesn't look so good there. So I think I'll skip out on that for now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, those are going to get to the next two tracks. Right now, the next track we're going to be listening to is Border Girl by Young Fathers. We're going to do some Scottish pop music. And we're going to throw it back to some, I guess you would say, 70s independent alternative music, I guess you would say. Don't know. Listing genres is kind of weird now thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And we are back, listeners. It is right now 12:18 in the afternoon. How are we doing? Let's see. What happened this morning? I stubbed my toe in the wall, which is not fun. I was trying to take a shower, or I did take a shower, and then as I was walking, I accidentally slipped a little bit and stubbed my toe. That hurts a lot. Hear me out, listeners. I think you should put like a little rubber bumper on the wall to like make sure we don't stub our toes. And that would be annoying. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I had that this morning, and I almost spilled my coffee at home. Ordering my third cup of coffee of today already. It is barely 12 o'clock. I can see why my coworkers say I'm old, even though I'm only 22 years old. They call me Unk because apparently I'm old to them because most of them are like teenagers or young adults. I mean, I guess that's what I get for being a team leader, but like, could be worse, I guess. I could be the young one, but I guess I'm the old one now, so that's always fun, listeners. What was I going to say right now? Oh, yes, I forgot. So I saw the most dystopian thing online. Now there's an AI artist who's like topping the charts now. in the R&B. I don't like this. The whole AI music. It's very soulless. Like it's gonna chop the charts. Well, yeah, of course. It's taking in information. It's gonna look at information that's already out there, what's popular, and just make that into a song. That's not being creative. That's just kind of you're just cheating your way into the system. I'm not fully against AI. I think AI can be helpful, but like when you're using it to do this, like you're not making music better. You're just making it worse. You're not making it more and like, well, it's an easy way for people to get into music. Music is not supposed to be easy. It's not an easy thing to get into. It takes skill. You have to learn how to do it. So this whole cheating way, it's like it's not original. And also some of the music, AI music, if you ever listen to it, it's really bad. Like I saw one, it was like it was on Twitter. It was maybe like a few years ago. It was like one of the first AI. I think it was like I listened to it. It was like I think I've heard elementary kids banging on pots and pans that sound better than this. It was just really out of tune. And now when it gets better, it's kind of scary now, so I don't really like that. So always listeners, I always say support actual, real musicians, independent or mainstream. Purchase physical media, and also let's stop the debate, listeners. We shouldn't have access to music all the time. Like I love streaming services, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes you need to get like the full-on experience of listening to music. Going to the store, actually buying the physical copy, taking it home, listening to it, and then figuring out if you like it or not. Or maybe we should just bring back using iPods. I still have my iPod Nano. It's in my living room. No, it's in my room on my desk, and it actually still works. I should probably just start using it again more often because I think I would like to do that rather than just always have my phone with me. I don't know. I'll probably just talk about more hot music takes I have. Anyways, let's get into the next tracks right now. We're going to listen to something a little bit more calming. We're going to be listening to Straight from the Heart from Con Function. And then we're listening to the End of Time. I think it's an Italian artist. So yeah, remember you're listening to Coffee Noise with your host, DJ Marlon. Remember, you're tuned in to Vaquero Radio, the Valley's only student station. All right, let's get another one. As much as I appreciate Bluetooth headphones, don't get me wrong, I love the AirPods. So like, I wish Apple would bring back the headphone jack sometimes. I really do wish so because the quality audio is just far better when it comes to wired headphones. Like I've been carrying around my wired headphones. These aren't really full-on wired headphones. These are IEMs, so technically they are, but they're a bit more high-end. Shure 2.5s with the upgraded cable. This whole headset combo cost me, I think, a little under $500. I'm not saying you should go out there and spend $500 on a pair of in-ear monitors. You don't really have to. I know you make the entry-level Shure headphones or even other ones. What's another good brand I really like using? If you want like the over-ear headphones, the Shure MDR 7506, I think they're called, the 90 studio headsets. I like using those when I'm mixing music in my house because they have a very flat sound, which is good. But then if you want something a bit more open ear, I guess you could do AKGs. The basic model. They're really good. I like listening to those when I'm listening to jazz music in my music setup, which is a little preamp I have hooked up to my computer at home. So I'll just hook it up there, put it up, and it's very relaxing, actually, listeners. Speaking of jazz, I'm going to listen to some, I believe, Russian jazz music right now. No idea how to say the name. I was actually surfing Radio Garden. I just went to some random radio station and I just found this track. I was like, you know what? I like that. It's very calming. I think it was released in the 70s. So I don't know how old that is. 50 years old? Maybe 50, 40 years old, something like that. But yeah, I wish headphone jacks to be a bit more accepted. And also the audio quality is better wired than unwired. Obviously, what the max Bluetooth can do right now is maybe like 320 kilobits per second. I think they're starting to work now on making it lossless, so it'll be 16-bit quality, so basically borderline CD quality is that. And then let's see what else. I think also maybe just for streaming services, people should like maybe look into other streaming services or maybe figure out what bit quality your music is playing at. If you have wired headphones, Spotify is going to sound the best because it only max around I think right now it's lossless audio, so that's always good now. But Apple Music's been having lossless for a minute, so it's CD quality. And then there's other streaming services like Kubos or Tidal, which I use, that offer 16-bit but also higher bit qualities, and in some cases 24-bit. So very, very good recording. A lot of my favorite jazz albums are like that. So Miles Davis, if you ever listen to it in like 24-bit quality with some nice pair of headphones, it's like, whoa, it's like the man's right there with you. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm just nerding about jazz. And let's get into the next track right now. I'm not even gonna pretend to pronounce the name. I really don't know how to say it, but it's very calming, and I liked it. So we're gonna play the track right now. Remember, you're listening to Vaquero Radio. So I was talking about like the iPod right now, and I'm actually surprised. A lot of people don't know that actually like portable music players that just play music, not allowed, still exists. Digital audio players. I'm looking to get one. I do want to get like the FIO ones. I do like the Sony, like the more high-end Sony Walkmans. But I think I just like the UI of the FIO much better. You know, you're able to blow up your FLACs and whatnot there and just play. Enough for the general public. A lot of people don't know what a FLAC is, which teach your own. Not that bad. It's basically very high-end, 16 bits, your 24-bit quality audio. I have a couple of those on my computer. More like classic albums I like. Credence, whatever that band's called. Some Bruce Springsteen. Definitely Miles Davis. What else do I have in like high-end audio files? There's some discography that I have of what's it called? The band Nothing. Which, speaking of which, they signed to Run for Cover Records, and they have a new album coming out next year. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm actually wearing one Nothing band T-shirt. It's a collab between Full of Hell and Nothing for their joint album When No Birds Sang. If you ever get around the chance to listen to it, definitely check it out. It's a great album if you're into like that whole sludge, hardcore mixed with like a shoegaze element sound. Definitely would say that. And so yeah, we're just gonna talk about the next track right now. We're gonna play an 11-minute long track for y'all. This is Death by the band Viet Cong, which would later become Preoccupations. I just listened to it a lot recently, and I really liked it. I was actually listening to radio, some college radio. I think it was in Missouri, and they just had it playing. I was like, you know what? I like that. We're gonna get into it. So right now, this is the track. And we're about to finish up right now, listeners. It is 12:58 right now. As always, this week's playlist will be available on Apple Music and Spotify. You can find them by following me on Instagram, watford.jpg. Final thoughts of the day. What's this music artist, Somber? I tried listening to the music. It's really bad. How does he have like 50 million listeners a month? He's an industry plant. Let's be honest, listeners. I don't like industry plants. They're just, there's no soul in the music. It's just like very commercialized pop music. And also, I'm going to be a hater. Why is there new Joji music? The what was not asking. We moved on from Joji. We now have Jelly Roll. I don't know what a Jelly Roll is anyways. I don't know. Or Post Malone. I kind of do like Post Malone's music. But I try to listen to the Somber Kid. You know what? Maybe some people should not have access to making music. Yeah, take away that kid's license. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. I also realized today is actually my 75th episode of doing this. That's kind of a long time. I feel old now, even though I'm only 22. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for me, but I'll be back here next week. Remember, listeners, you're listening to Vaquero Radio, the Valley's only student station. Bye-bye.